right, hello everybody. It's great to be with you today, even if it's on video. Personally, I do like it better in person, but video will work. I want to talk to you today about motivation. Motivation is critical for success for anybody in any job in the world, but specifically for coming out and selling for the summer, motivation is critical. Motivation creates your why. And so you think about that, once you're motivated, it's easier to overcome anxiety. In other words, when motivation is up, anxiety goes down. And also, being able to concentrate goes up when you're motivated, and your ability to have confidence goes up, and your ability to make decisions gets better and better. And so it's really critical. Motivation creates all those things, and it's really critical to have motivation. If we have poor motivation, then it increases anxiety. It reduces concentration, lowers concentration. It actually lowers your confidence, which are huge things that you have to have on the door to be successful. And you know, there's something that, those things are something that people don't see, but they feel. And that makes a big deal of it. And then most of all, when you have poor motivation, guess what? It causes you to make poor decisions. I mean, think about it, like a soldier. Our world today, in our country, we are able to have a voluntary army. And so all the young men and young women that work in the armed services actually volunteer to do that. Why are they motivated to volunteer? I mean, they're risking their life. But they do it because of their feeling about freedom for our country and making sure that we keep those rights of freedom. That's their why. But when they get out there and they get in the heat of battle and bullets are flying all around, do you think they think about their why? No. They're thinking about, how do I survive this? How do I make the best out of this situation so I can get through it and either win or just get through it and survive? Then their why will come back to them a little bit later. But in the heat of the battle, it is really hard to think about your why. So that means when you're out there in the summer and you start selling, and you're selling through the summer, even halfway through the summer, your why is not as powerful in that moment. When people are treating you lousy on the door and giving you a hard time, and you're feeling like, you're feeling pretty lousy about how it's going and it's hot outside, the last thing you're thinking about is how much money I'm going to make this summer. So you have to create other things that motivate you and that create your why. And so we want to talk about that, and we'll get into that on another one. But just understanding that you have to have more than your why when you're out there in the heat of the battle is critical. Big deal. But let me just teach you a couple of skills that will help you get through that, help you to deal with that day-to-day battle out there as you sell door-to-door. I know that when I sold door-to-door when I was in college, the first year was my best year. I was the most motivated. But I had to work at it year 2 and year 3, and it was always a challenge. And there's things that you do that help you do it. Just like there's things you do to build your muscles, there's things you do to build your mental muscles, and I want to talk about a couple of those. But as I get to this first one, let me tell you, this is not so much a skill as it is just understanding how to create that motivation. So let's talk about it. Number 1, your mind is not your friend. I've talked about that many times to a lot of you, and it's so true. Your mind is not your friend. It wants to keep you safe, and it wants to keep you comfortable. And so we've got to make sure that we don't allow our mind to slow us down. And the way to do that is by developing beliefs, strong beliefs within about certain things. And so what I want to talk to you about is the difference between truth and fact. And let me explain that. Truth is really a perception. Fact is reality. Like, for example, I can see the sun's out outside. It's actually daytime. That's a truth. A fact would be something, that's a fact. A truth would be something like, it's too hot outside. That one person may say it's too hot outside. Another person may say temperature's just right. So that's really a truth. It's our own personal opinion about how we see something. And so understanding the difference, a lot of people today actually don't understand or actually correlate the difference between truth and fact. They think they are the same. Okay, so now that you understand that, you understand that your conscious mind works on facts and your subconscious mind works on truths. So let's break that down. Our conscious mind is awake during the day. It actually sleeps during the night with us, but our subconscious mind never goes to sleep. It stays awake all night and all day. It stays awake at night to help run our body while we sleep, keep our heart beating, keep us breathing. It also creates our dreams. But during the day, our conscious mind kind of takes over, kind of. And what's interesting is that anything we tell our subconscious mind, it believes. It does not separate truth from fact. It believes whatever we tell it to believe. Now that's a key point, because really successful people or champions actually program their subconscious mind with what they want their subconscious mind to think. Their dreams, their visions, their goals, and everything else they want to accomplish. That is programmed into the subconscious mind. The dangerous thing is, because we have this Mr. Mediocrity, we can allow the wrong things to be programmed. If we're not really aware of what our subconscious mind is being programmed with. Just like lifting weights. If we stop lifting weights, we atrophy. If we stop programming our mind, it actually will atrophy back to Mr. Mediocrity. So now that you know that, the next thing we're going to talk about on the next little video clip that we do will be, now that you know that you can program your subconscious mind, and it will help you, it will come into congruency with your conscious mind and help you through those tough times. That's part of what soldiers learn to deal with. That's what we need to learn to deal with to be successful at selling door to door.